Biden slammed for giving taxpayer-funded health care to illegals. Slap in the face to every hard-working American. Now, we don't get free health care. You know, even with Obamacare, you still have to come out the pocket. But people coming into this country, they're literally breaking the law. Literally breaking the law and just giving handouts. And people are fed up. People are upset. People are mad about that, and rightfully so. Again, we giving all this money out to other people, other countries, while everyday Americans are suffering because of the economy and the policy that he created. He, meaning Biden, is hurting everyone. And I've never seen it like this before, where both sides, Democrat and Republican alike, are just feeling disenfranchised and sick and tired of Joe Biden. I don't know how anyone is still supporting this man. But we're gonna talk a little bit about that. But before we get started, go ahead and hit this like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Now, this comes from Slay News' the great Frank Bergman, and he reports that Democrat President Joe Biden has provoked a fierce backlash after it emerged that his administration is giving taxpayer-funded health care to illegal aliens. Republicans in Congress are slamming the Biden administration after news broke Friday that illegal border crossers will get access to taxpayer-funded health care through Obamacare. Now, mind you, they are already spending us, the government is already spending us into oblivion, but yet they are giving more and more money away. No wonder why Biden wants to get rid of the Trump tax cuts that are benefiting the middle class and poor Americans, because he has to get the money to fund this from somewhere, and it's only but so many millionaires and billionaires, and with their um, uh, the way they have accountants and they have lawyers so they can get out of paying all these tax money. So it leaves they have to get the money from someone, and it's going to come from everyday average Americans like you and I. And the Biden admin made changes to Obamacare rules to expand the free health care to deferred action for childhood arrivals of DACA recipients. Senator J.D. Vance and Josh Hawley and Rep. Josh Brachin, all Republicans, issued statements blasting the decision. They all warned that the policy is unfair to U.S. citizens who contribute to American society. In a statement, Senator Vance said, quote, "There's an unprecedented crisis at our southern border. We've got major conflicts around the world, and families all across Ohio are getting crushed by inflation. Joe Biden's response to all of this is to give your hard-earned money away to illegal immigrants in the form of taxpayer-funded health care. This is a slap in the face to every hardworking American who plays by the rules, and it would never happen if Donald Trump were president." And that's absolutely true. So here's the tweet here from JD Vance that I just read. And in July, Vance joined a group of House Republicans in sending a letter to Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra. The GOP lawmakers called on the federal agency to bar illegal immigrants from being able to use Obamacare. In the letter, the lawmakers from both chambers hammered the Biden admin for issuing a proposed rule that would redefine, quote, lawfully present in the Affordable Care Act to include beneficiaries of the DACA program. So, I mean, this is just ridiculous. The proposed rule would make beneficiaries of the program who arrived in the United States illegally but were under the age of 16 eligible for a number of different health programs. Quote, "Joe Biden once again is putting working Americans last and continues to incentivize more illegal immigrants into the country," Howley said in response to the news. It's a shameful pattern that's becoming the legacy of his presidency. On Friday, the Biden admin announced that it finalized a rule that would extend Obamacare to thousands of illegal immigrants covered under DACA. The rule will now give more than 100,000 of those so-called dreamers health care insurance. 100,000. To give DACA recipients access, the rule modifies the definition of lawfully present. And that's what we see this a lot. The left go and change definitions all the time. All the time. And previously, House DACA recipients were prohibited from accessing such care, the Washington Post reported. In response, Breachin said Biden is trying, quote, to buy votes ahead of the critical presidential election in November. And that's exactly what it is. That's why he's throwing money at everything. He's throwing money at giving away free health care, giving away um, student loans, and just throwing money at everything to try to buy the election. But I think most people are aware of this, and most people, this is not working for most people, I believe. Well, I'm hoping, I should say. But, quote, President Biden has allowed more than 9 million illegal aliens to invade our country. I think the numbers are more than that. And now he wants illegals to receive Obamacare benefits in a brazen attempt to buy votes, Breachin said. Last July, Senator Vance and I introduced the No Obamacare for Illegal Aliens Act, which would undo the misguided rule that is expected to cost the American taxpayer more than $100 million in the first year alone. That's just 1 year, $100 million. Again, where's this money coming from? Taxpayers. We are more than $34 trillion in debt, and inflation is crushing American families. The last thing Americans want is to be forced to cover the cost of health care for illegal immigrants. And during the Democrat presidential primary, Biden and every other candidate pledged they would extend taxpayer-funded health care coverage to illegal aliens. Again, it's not like they didn't tell us they were going to do this, and people voted for this crap, which is why I don't understand how people continue to vote against their own interests. How do you continue to cape? How do you continue to support the Biden administration, even though he is ruining your way of life, your comfort, you're taking your money, and it's just ridiculous. But let me know what you think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.